Hello, I'm Miriam, co-founder of Keto Chow. Chris pointed at me.
I'm Chris, also a co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. If you're brand new to Keto Chow, and this is like your first time here, hey, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
I just realized I was right next to the side.
Be sure to
Be
subscribe.
sure to subscribe
You're off tonight.
to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for daily updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. Thank you so much for joining us on our journey.
All right, and can you guys hear us okay? I'm trying some some noise cancellation stuff. So
I could hear the chicken outside.
anyway, okay, let's see who is on.
That's what I was doing. I was reading the comments when it came.
Okay, let's see. So Candace is on. So is Debbie. Keto Banger. Steph says, "Evening, everyone. A nice way to wind this day down. Hanging out with the bears." Elizabeth is on. You're on, apparently. Andrea is on as well. Widow says, "Happy Tuesday."
What I said.
I don't need to. Andrew says, "I've been fasting all day and finally gave in at 7 p.m.
Oh, I just barely made my fast too.
Yep.
I was going to go all the way till tomorrow lunch, and I'm going to start fasting after I finish my last of my
Okay.
drink here. But I decided I wanted to eat dinner with my family, so I did.
We actually set the table and everything,
Yes.
like civilized people. Andrew says, "I'm guessing I'm mad today." Jazuma says, "Hi everyone from rainy, humid Connecticut. Just finished a delicious bowl of strawberry Keto Chow ice cream. I had lime ice cream for
Brown
dinner
was
tonight."
saying it was humid.
Yes, she was. Debbie says, "Hi everyone." Let's see. Steph says, "Sick of all the rain we've had. Send it here. Mowed 3 or 4 days ago and just finished again about an hour ago."
Yeah.
Let's see. Jazuma says, "We found wasp nests in the front yard. Afraid to mow now." Blue Dev says, "I haven't gotten my nerve up to fast yet, a full day or more, just trying to shrink my eating window." So
Hey, that's great.
that's
Doing
fantastic. Yep. Marie is on, so is Candace and Easy Zells.
Guys.
Blue Dev says, "I thought of you, I think, when I watched it. You have kids who still buy non-keto foods for, right?" Yeah, and
we don't buy them.
well, she was talking to somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Not us. We weren't on yet.
We weren't.
Anyway, Jerry says, "Good evening, everyone. Jerry and Patty are here, having a tantalizing, tasty, terrific, meaty Tuesday.
Nice.
Made some delicious third-pound burgers on the Blackstone."
Yeah.
Let's see. Emily's on as well. Ludo says, "Yeah, I still have to feed kids though too. Not sure if I can fast while I cook a dinner."
That's the hardest part. I think
it is hard indeed.
I think that's hard for me because I am so committed to doing the stuff for my kids, and sometimes I just don't want to cook without eating it.
Calabama says, "Good evening, everyone." TC Life says, "Hello." Blaine's on. I was talking to Blaine earlier. I'm like, "Kids are just the worst." He's like, "What do you expect from baby goats?" Ludo says, "Rutgers, Iowa suggested to take kids out for carbs. They still get a treat. You get a nice bonding time, and the junk isn't in the house.
Oh.
I'm making my house low carb, and the kids are coming along too." There you go.
Yeah, we don't have hardly any carbs at our house, and so the kids have to buy it themselves, or we go out to eat. But then I feel guilty for taking them out to eat somewhere where they can have rolls. So then I'm like, I'd rather just eat at home, so you don't have the food.
And unfortunately, Easy Zells is taking you down the rabbit hole. Says, "My wife is enjoying Minimal Mom Dawn way too much. She has started to declutter and is feeling great about you. Thank you for sharing."
She's so cute, right?
Will Bryce says, "Great evening, y'all. Hope everyone's doing well tonight." Your wife was leaving comments earlier, Brad.
Yeah, she was joking.
She was. Let's see. That's right. Marie says, "Well, yeah, what's Minimal Mom Dawn?" So Dawn, the Minimal Mom, she's on YouTube.
Yeah, she's on YouTube. She has tons and tons of followers, and she's just a cute lady that does minimalism, and she just has really cute things to say, and she has like nice little object lessons, and so we were talking about this morning because I watched one of her videos that came out that was about mental, what is it? I can't remember.
Reducing mental load, I think it was.
It's reducing mental load, and so I was trying to say how it could do with keto and our health.
Okay.
And if you're reducing mental load, you're letting go of some things that you don't have to hold on to in your brain. like
Okay.
carbs.
Let's see. Andrew says, talk about minimal. I've been taking stuff to Goodwill for 2 weeks now.
Yay, Andrea!
Kara is on. Says, good evening. Let's see. Candace is on, and so is Lori. Lori says, hey.
Rhonda, you skipped her.
Oh, did I skip Rhonda?
Hi, Rhonda.
Okay. Hi, Rhonda. Blue Dove says, I still bought sugary stuff for my daughter at first, but the more I learned, the more it felt wrong.
Yep.
The Yums Cupcake has 125 grams of carbs.
Yeah, well, and it's funny because when we started too, I mean, even when Chris did it for probably a year without me. Was it a whole year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a whole year when I was just doing Whole30, and then when I jumped on, we still it took a while to get all of this stuff out of the house.
Yep.
So the only thing that really is a carb that we keep here is we do low carb tortillas.
They say you need
for
to
the
talk
little
louder,
kids.
by the way.
Oh, sorry, we do low carb tortillas. The kids have those, and then occasionally we'll buy like apples or oranges for like a special treat.
See, so Jason is on. Keto Banger says Lori was going to watch your video today, but the sound was weird.
Oh, dang it.
Gail says hi, everyone. Let's see. Jessica is on. Keto Banger says we can hear you. Okay. Lynette's on as well. Kabula Bryce says Miriam's volume is down just a bit.
It's probably this shirt because the microphone's not close to my mouth.
Okay.
There. Is that better?
Danita says I'm here. Debbie is on. Says hi, Bears. Debbie says hi there, Chris and Miriam. I hope your night is amazing so far. I'm really looking forward to going to sleep tonight.
I am too. I have a little headache starting.
I went home from work to try and get some sleep today.
And then he did sleep.
Well, the kids have this thing where they love to slam the door as hard as they can. They don't do it on purpose.
They don't do it on purpose.
But rather than gently closing the door, they slam it, and our room is pretty close to the front door.
Yeah.
It shakes
the
room.
Can you hear me better with it right here?
Carlos says good evening. Jade says good evening as well. Maitreya is on.
Hey.
Beverly says hi from Henderson, Nevada.
Oh, cool.
Amanda's on from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
That's awesome.
Debbie says thank you so much for all you do. Let's see. Adrienne wants to know, is caramel macchiato available on subscription?
Not right now.
Not yet. Probably won't put it up for subscription until the next order comes in.
Oh, yeah, because we might run out, actually.
Yeah, we probably will.
So that's probably a good point. Thanks for noticing that.
Okay. We've actually talked about it on previous live streams.
Well, thanks for putting it into my brain today.
He says, hey, yo. Denise says, hey, Chris and Miriam.
Denise.
Let's see. Blue Dev says, ooh, table eating. Fancy.
I know. Although I didn't have a knife. I had a spoon and a fork.
You shouldn't have had a spoon because they only set a fork and a napkin.
Somehow I had a spoon.
Okay.
Maybe I brought it with me.
Maybe. Candace says I took leftover cream cheese and combined the different types and added tomato basil keto chow to make a dip for veggies.
Oh,
nice. Velvet says, what ice cream maker do you all recommend? Funny you should ask. We actually have a video where we go through all the different ones. So
yeah, we like the compressor style ones. They're just really expensive.
They are.
And so we did a video that has other kinds that work really well too. So Chris will grab that for you. And I'll take a sip of Keto Chow.
Here it is. Which ice cream makers work best for Keto Chow? So it's a review of, I think, 6 different ice cream makers. Obviously we like the compressor style ones, but they are the most expensive.
Oh, we're also lazy, so that's why.
The 1.5 quart Cuisinart that you freeze the bowl works really well.
Yeah, the only downside to the freezer bowl is Keto Chow sticks to the sides, and it's like really difficult to get it off the sides when the freezer bowl is still frozen. So you get that.
Andrea had chocolate mint Keto Chow ice cream.
Yay!
Steph says I had banana Keto Chow for lunch and a lemon meringue for supper along with tuna and mayo. Hopefully not all at the same time because that would be really weird. Mimi says I just fixed a bunch of vanilla and chocolate chaffles. 2 of each. Nice. Danya is loving Atomic Habits.
Oh, isn't it awesome? I actually bought his journal. Do you guys want to see it? I'll get it.
We are super behind on comments, by the way.
Keep talking.
Lisa says, hey, y'all, loving the caramel macchiato coffee. Phyllis is on from South Carolina again. Rhonda says another hard thing to do in fasting is meal prep for the completion of your fast when you can't taste test it. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, because we have that problem when we're doing flavor development. This is his journal,
Okay.
his habit journal that he recommends in his book. I've read Atomic Habits twice now.
Okay. Adriana says, my Chow Club never came. Customer service is trying to track, but nothing sadder than coming home every day to an empty porch.
Look how cute. It has a triangle.
So cute.
And it has bookmarks.
And it has a elastic thing to hold it closed.
The dotty paper inside, and then it has like a whole bunch of goal things. So I haven't started it because I'm waiting for the 90-day challenge to be up.
Okay.
Because I'm doing a different tracking sheet there.
Blaine says, I just watched the witch commercial. I laughed so hard. Really danced the copyright line there. Yeah, we didn't even come close to the copyright line. Suzanne says, hi, everyone. I've been watching videos on lab tests. My annual doctor visit is this Thursday. Trying to figure out the best test to request.
Yes, that is a good question.
Definitely get fasting insulin. That's one that usually gets skipped.
Yeah, you want to get that.
Bryce says, I've been sick for a few days, so hoofing it has been running wild and unsupervised.
That's why she was commenting on our thing.
Okay. Debbie says, I'm making my very first batch of Keto Chow pancakes tonight.
Oh, man.
Nice. Rihanna says, good morning, good evening. Denise says, I've lost 220 pounds, but no fat. Took stuff from storage unit to dump. LOL. Okay. Carmen says, I can declutter other people's things and most of my house. I'm a hoarder when it comes to clothes that do not fit anymore and in my sewing room.
Okay, so Carmen, you know what I just did? So because of a couple of videos from Dawn, she's done a bunch of on clothes, and she's saying, you deserve to have clothes that you feel good and you fit in. You deserve it. Okay? So her suggestion is to take the clothes that you wear, that you like, put them on your bed out of all your clothes, because that's the ones you're going to wear anyway, right? You're going to have all these other clothes, and they're beautiful, and mine were color coordinated and everything. They're still beautiful. But am I loud enough? Is it? Oh, it's upside down. Oops. See? Sorry about that.
You went for a run.
I did. Okay, so what she suggests, put the ones on your bed, and then you can make your wardrobe out of that. And then she said, quarantine the rest of your clothes. Anything that's too small or too big that you don't want to get rid of, just put it in a box or 5 boxes, right? Because then you can not have to have it, but you still have it in case you want it. So that's what I'm doing right now, because I couldn't bring myself to get rid of all my clothes. I did go through like 2 or 3 times and get rid of a bunch of clothes, but I just couldn't get rid of that many because, like you, I really like clothes and I like to have a selection. So I just took and I said, I'm going to do it. It was like 10 o'clock at night or something. And I just pulled everything out that I don't feel good in, that doesn't fit. And I didn't. I put it in a neat pile. And then I folded it.
Is that what that giant pile was?
That's what the giant pile is. is the clothes. And so now when I go into the closet, I'm like, I feel good in these clothes because I deserve it. And you do too.
Okay.
Okay.
Dennis says, another day with my father means he tastes yet another flavor of Keto Chow. Today's flavor, chocolate toffee, prepared with extra virgin olive oil.
Nice.
Andrew says, it's funny that when kids and grandkids come to my house, they know there's boring food here. My grandkids love Keto Chow muffins and pancakes, though. Awesome. Nice. Sonia says, hey, y'all, happy Tuesday. I need to blow my nose.
Oh.
Leo says, sorry, Chris. Trying to nap is so frustrating when it won't happen. Just nap. Why won't you go to sleep? Go to sleep now.
We only had 2 kids here today. Your phone?
There was actually only one because Sam was gone almost the entire day.
Well, how was she slamming the door over and over?
I don't know.
You know what? They were tie-dyeing on the front lawn.
Okay.
Maybe that's why.
Kabul Rice says, we can hear Miriam much better now. Chris Jones is on. Said, hey, guys. Good evening, Chris and Miriam. Lisa says there's no AC in Georgia. It's broken, so no sleep for me either. Dania says, I woke up at 4 o'clock to a murder of crows crawling outside my window and migrated back after 5 years. I'm so sleepy right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dang. Let's see. I posted the link. Jeannie says, Prime Day's coming. Time to get a good ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
And we haven't, someone else, oh, yeah, there we are. Denise says, so are the ice cream makers giveaway all done? Just are about 3. No, we still have, I think, 1 left.
I think we have 1 or maybe 2 left because I can't remember what we decided to do. I'll have to look at my notes. Yep.
So we still need to do at least one more giveaway. Elizabeth says, is there a full moon? I was up all night. Haven't slept since Sunday. I'm actually having trouble thinking more than usual. Dang.
You need to sleep, girl.
Yeah. Let's see. Fat Unicorn says, new to Keto Chow. It's so yummy. Going to be ordering more. Well, welcome.
Yeah, glad you're here.
Carrie Brown's on, says, well, hello there, favorite peeps.
Carrie, we were just talking about you.
We were all good things.
And you said it was humid.
Yes. He says it took us over an hour, normally a 25-minute ride, to get to the hotel tonight. When we arrived, the power was out. Seriously?
Oh my gosh.
Andrew says, going to bed. I'll hate it when it ends too soon. Oh, yeah. Nan says, hi to everyone. Elizabeth says, so with your kind of ice cream maker, can't think the ice cream doesn't stick this. It just doesn't stick as much.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you take the
metal thing out
and then it thaws when
really
you're eating the bowl, and then you just take the stuff and put it into your bowl. And so, whereas the other one stays
freezer
frozen,
bowl ones, yeah, they stay frozen
for a really long time. So then the sides stay frozen because it doesn't have a chance to melt. But since you're taking the piece out, it has thin sides, and it's not frozen, so it has a chance to melt a little bit.
Yep. Mike is on. Beverly says, I've been taking the minerals for over a week now. I have the whole tablespoon in my coffee. Wow. Jillian is on. And Wendy says, hi. Hey, from South Carolina, too.
Oh, hey.
Let's see. Deb says, hey, everyone. Happy Thursday from beautiful
Tuesday.
But quite warm. Tuesday, yes. 80% humidity. I have been on Wednesday all day today.
Yeah, you're up. Just wait. You're going to have a Wednesday again tomorrow.
I know. Jeannie says, missed out on the 90-day challenge. My OCD won't let me start now. Please get a little more advanced warning next time. The cool thing about the 90-day challenge spreadsheet is you change the first date, and it rolls all of that down to the next one. So
why don't you do it? How many days do we have left? Let's do that. Let me look it up because I can't remember that far away.
It would be 26 or so.
Hey, why don't you do a 24-day challenge starting tomorrow?
Ludo says, I'm doing my hair purple now. Be like Starfire and Blackfire. Wow.
That's fun.
Carrie says, I had a new secret flavor for breakfast today, and I declare it to be very delicious.
Oh, yes. I am
It's
glad you
probably
like it.
Licorice, right?
Yeah.
Black licorice.
Yeah.
Andrea says, Miriam, I went through all my shoes I don't wear, a bunch of new ones also, and took them to a women's shelter along with dress clothes that don't fit anymore.
Proud of you.
That's fantastic, actually.
Doesn't it feel good? Like, it feels liberating. It feels like you're releasing some of your mental load. Things you don't have to store in your brain anymore because you own them and have to maintain them.
Kat says, good evening, all. Let's see. Debbie says, I finally got rid of and donated all the clothes that I've shrunk out of, and I have also donated some items I never wear anymore now that I do not need to go to the office. Furnace says, Chocolate Toppy Strawberry and Caramel Macchiato are all ready to have after I finish my 65 fast tomorrow. Yum. All were made differently.
That's awesome.
Debbie says, I just made apple pie keto chow for tomorrow. I added some nutmeg and cinnamon to it. Can't wait to try it. We do have a giveaway going on the Keto Chow Facebook page. Not the support group, but the page. And we have a similar, but for others, for a different amount of stuff. Anyway, we have another giveaway going on the Instagram page, so enter both. Let's see. He says, I think I should also feel good in my clothes. But Joe thinks I should wear shirts that are too small for me.
Yeah.
They're not too small for you, man.
But when you've lost a lot of weight, like, you need to realize that you're not the same person you were before. Mm-hmm. And so you look better with clothes that are a little smaller. That's it.
MJ says, I had a closet audit and put all the clothes on the bed. I had to try them on, so all the stylists that gave her opinion, if you don't want to put it on, it is time to let it go.
That's a great idea.
And Jerry says, we got rid of 7 huge bags of clothes today. Some of my fat shirts still had tags on them. It felt good to get free of the past. Much more to go. Win-win. Blue Dove says, might have to look for an air fryer for Prime Day, too. So many people like to cook steaks and those things. The only thing I came close to buying on Prime Day last year was an Instant Pot.
Which we just bought one later.
No, we didn't. We already had one. I wanted to know if Audrey wanted one for college, and she didn't care, and so I didn't get one.
Yeah, she's been cooking Carrie Brown's pork chop recipe.
Yes, she has.
That's all she likes to make.
She learned.
I just make pork chops, Mom.
She asked me, Dad, do you know how to make pork chops? And I sent her Carrie Brown's page that talks about the way to cook a pork chop. Is start with a cold pan. And so that is her thing. She can make pork chops like a monster.
She makes salads and pork chops. And that's it.
Let's see. Marilyn says, "Hi, Keto Chow newbie here. Well, welcome.
Hey, glad you're here.
And
man.
are we selling ice cream makers? Nah. We bought a bunch to do a review. Actually, still have it up here.
Okay, there we go.
So what ice cream makers work best for Keto Chow? And yeah, it was just a whole bunch of different ice cream makers.
And they sat on my sofa for a while.
Yep.
And then we
And
gave
I bought them all from Amazon.
So we have links in there, right?
Yep. Cool. Some of them are really expensive. Some of them are not so expensive.
Yep.
But they all are.
To watch how differently they churned and everything worked out differently. And we were doing it with Keto Chow. So Keto Chow also is different than like a regular ice cream. Thank you. It's just doing tricks.
I guess so.
So it does mix a little bit differently than
It has a lot of water.
regular ice cream would, and it works good for soft serve, but you can't let it go overly too long or it'll be hard as a rock.
Debbie says it's wing day. Yep, I know.
Yeah.
Shelly says, me too, as I woke up this morning, I convinced myself it was Wednesday. So sad it's only Tuesday.
Just think.
So
Days in the week to get
today's
done.
Thursday, but Dwight thinks it's Friday. So that's what I'm going to do. Blaine says deja vu. Yeah, Blaine says, you said the thing. Hashtag licorice camping care pack. That's right. Nancy says shrunk out of love it. Andrew says I'm a giver by nature, and yes, it felt good to see others that could use them.
Yeah.
I also am teaching myself to stop buying things I don't need. It's ridiculous how I self-soothe by shopping.
I feel you. It's shopping or eating, and then I feel guilty for eating, and then I go shopping, and then I feel guilty for shopping, and then I'm eating, and I just gotta take a bath. I mean, that's what I gotta do.
We are getting dropped frames.
Whoopsie.
It looks like it's coming back, but
we'll see if it lasts.
we had a couple drop frames.
Do you have something downloading somewhere?
No. And the only person home is Haley, so. Rhonda says a 65 to 72 hour fast, may go longer. Want to try do my hard Wednesday workout. But if I can't get to 72 hours, that's my dilemma. Oh, yeah.
That's okay. You got this. Go until you're done.
Debbie says none of my pre-keto shoes fit. Wow. Lisa says I just purged 5 huge garbage bags of clothes and linens and towels. C2 and an Inspire group.
Group for helping furnishing
to homeless.
Oh, that's nice. Nice.
He says I went from a giant size 8XL down to a comfortable 3XL, but all the haters say I should wear a tiny standard 2X.
Well, you do look better in the 2X. I'm just saying you can still wear the 3X because you need to feel good in your clothes.
Okay.
But you do look good in the 2X.
Mimi says last month I got rid of all my size 10 and most of my size 10 pants suits. Also about 10 pairs of shoes. Just too many clothes and too many sizes. Kept the 4s and the 6s.
4 and the 6? That's so awesome. I don't think I've ever been in a 4 or 6.
Okay. Well, let's see. Andrew says, Chris and Miriam, at least she's eating healthy. I'm having a battle with my 11-year-old granddaughter. She's a food junkie. Well, she isn't really eating healthy, but she's the one who thinks she's going to do Whole30.
Yeah, she's funny because every time she comes home, she talks about how when I do keto, I'm not gonna have the treats. I'm just gonna have real foods and some fruits. Like when you do paleo.
Blue says, did the Cuisinart one that was open on top have a lid you could place on it while it's running? No, it's just open.
Oh, the silver one?
Yeah, but the silver one and the white, they were just open. You could dump stuff in there all you wanted.
You could put a piece of paper.
You could. Holly says, Hungry Heath, you're doing so well. Do what makes you feel comfortable. All
That's right.
Elizabeth says, one thing I like about single go packs on sale is they're nice to give away to friends. Speaking of which, what's the flavor of the week?
Raspberry cheesecake.
Yep. So the 21 meals of raspberry cheesecake normally would be like $99 something.
Yeah.
Instead it's 63. So it's 36.8% off, I think, if I remember correctly.
And like I keep saying, we're just playing with the Go Packs.
Yeah, they're not a permanent
forever. So
anyway, Rhonda says I pulled out a jacket type blouse that I knew was going to go great with my pants. It was way too big.
Oh,
don't know if I should be happy or sad. I love
that top.
You're
like, I like that top.
Jeremy is on.
Mermaid skirt that I just love. It's a jean mermaid skirt. I've never seen anything like it, and I bought it, and it's like this, and it's so long, and nothing is ever that long on me, so I love it. That's one of those.
Brian says, so if you thought today was Wednesday all day, you just gained a whole extra day of awesomeness.
Right?
I guess.
Right.
It used to be that Tuesdays were always just crazy Tuesday meeting days, but we only had...
We had two meetings today.
Brian says, I skipped over size 4 and 6, doing know where they went, but never draped this body. Too small for my frame. Okay. Oh, don't know where they went. Okay, so got a couple things that we wanted to talk about. First off, the Father's Day swag bundle.
Are you sure there's any left? Did you even look at that?
I did. Okay, so I'm going to go to shop, limited edition products. And sorry for me sniffling. I'm dealing with a cold or something.
He's got a man cold.
There's a little bit left. So we went through and like really scoured. I actually went in my drawer and found a bunch of 3D printed Keto Chow logos that the last couple people are going to get.
Yeah.
Some of them are really cool. Some of them have like glow in the dark background with blue letters and stuff like that. So yeah, there still are some left, but not very many.
Yeah, I thought for sure by the time the live came, they were going to be out.
Velvet is my favorite. I'll reorder my raspberry cheesecake. I think it'll be awesome as ice cream.
I love it as ice cream.
I actually had it as ice cream on Sunday. Yeah.
Which is 2 days.
Yep. Blaine says, ooh, maybe I should order 3 more. Willow says, maybe I'm descended from the Marquise de Sade. Maybe. Lisa says, hello, everyone. Welcome, Lisa. Debbie says, my Father's Day swag boxes are scheduled to be delivered on Friday. Mimi says, Glenda says, I emailed USPS to ask why my Father's Day bundle is vacationing in Honolulu. I haven't heard back yet. Mimi says, my highest weight was 230, my lowest 132. My weight right now is 142.
Wow.
But are only 5 feet 5 inches. Wow.
That's still great, Mimi. You're killing it.
So Kimberlyn had a question about using powdered fat and how much powdered heavy cream is what's the ratio?
Equivalent. I think you'd have to look on the packaging of whatever heavy cream you get.
Well, and here's the problem. So let me, if I do powdered fat Keto Chow.
Chris Googles for you guys.
I do. Okay, so this will take you to this handy dandy page that has a video that when Miriam and I were vacationing back at the end of March, we weren't going to be able to do the live stream, so we pre-recorded some videos. So this right here explains some stuff about powdered fats. And this page explains some stuff about powdered fats as well, at how there's a lot of rounding that goes on that makes it really difficult to use powdered cream. You can come to this page and use the specifications.
Yeah.
Because it isn't...
we got it from the manufacturer.
We did. So if you're using the Anthony's powdered cream or the Hoosier Hill, it's actually the same stuff. Anyway, powdered fats are cool that they are you can use them for stuff, but you do have to be careful with they have more carbs in them. They cost more. They have some gotchas.
Are a little bit hard to mix.
Yep.
But it's still a cool option. It's also a good option for like food storage, emergency preparedness stuff. So that is cool.
Debbie says no date on my Father's Day box yet. It just says it's shipped. Interesting. Now sometimes they don't scan it
at the post office.
At the post office when they get it, and they're like, it'll.
And then all of a sudden they'll be there.
Oh, we delivered it. What are you talking about?
And you're like, what? You didn't deliver it? And then they show up at the door, like that day.
Blue says, darn, will there be no more Father's Day bundles soon?
Yeah, we're...
Once it's sold out, it'll be for real. These sold out.
Sorry.
Velvet says, how long have you all been keto? I've been like 4 years. I started in at the end of 2014.
I don't know. That meant I was 2015. Really?
Yep.
Was it really?
I think you actually started in 2016, but I could be wrong.
I started like almost a year after you did. You started in October. I started in October.
Okay. Let's see. Velvet Shirley is so glad to find a meal replacement. Kelly says, I'm flying to Florida next month and wondering what fat I'll be able to bring on the plane. I'm not checking any luggage. So you can just buy butter when you get there or buy heavy cream when you get there. You could... Butter is probably the only one that you're going to be able to
Be able to
transport
take because
in.
it's solid.
Yeah, because it's solid at room temperature. Some customs had a problem with ghee,
Oh, yes.
right? But butter seems to be okay.
But you also can't have it like hot in your car because then it won't
Yeah.
be solid.
Debbie wants apple pie in big bags. Let's see. Andrew says, so what's the next special box? That'd be the July Chow Club, which you only have
What is
7 days
Oh my
to
gosh.
order the July Chow
Yeah,
Club.
if you don't have
if
the
you
July,
aren't already subscribed.
it's gonna be different. I was super excited about June. I think that you're blowing your nose. Okay, that's.
Keep talking.
It's like blowing your nose in church. I just think it's
going.
kind of gross. Okay, what were we talking about?
Just keep swimming. I don't know. You were talking about
July Chow box.
July Chow.
Okay, so I think June was my favorite. I definitely think that Joe and Rachel's favorite was May.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite? Do you even know what's in the July box?
I haven't even looked. That brings us to an interesting question. Elizabeth wanted to know if the difference between the 30-day box and the 60-day box, if the 60 is just twice the 30.
It's not twice the 30.
Well,
but
first off,
it does have the same.
It's not a 30-day box.
It's a 30 meal.
It's a 30 meal box.
Or a 60 meal box.
Yep.
And so then you could easily go through it in a month. So what we have in the 30, we also have in the 60. In the 60, you have additional flavors.
Yep. So the two big bags aren't the same in the 60. And the individuals are not just double the the other one.
So there's different things in it.
There's also only one surprise treat.
Yeah, and it'll be the same in both boxes.
Yep. So 60 is a superset of the 30.
Not necessarily a treat. It's a surprise.
Yeah, surprise. Okay. Let's see. Andrew says coconut oil. That travels well.
Oh.
You know what? I think you're right.
Yeah. Probably.
Calabam says, how much fat and what kind of fat do you use when making Keto Chow ice cream? So I am a size 10.5 shoe.
Yeah.
So I use 4 ounces of heavy cream.
Okay. That's
another way of
size shoes.
That's another way of saying that everybody uses a different amount.
Yep.
And we'll use different ones.
Because everybody has different size feet.
It's true.
Chris has kind of small feet for a guy.
Yep. But that's what works for me.
I like to use heavy cream. So because I like how when it's turned into ice cream, it's creamy. Yep.
It doesn't coat the spoon.
Yeah, I don't like.
Whereas if you make it with butter,
the butter on the spoon, cold butter.
Molly says, I could freeze the butter. Wayne says, Keto Chow bingo. Mark it down, Debbie, for asking for apple pie in the big bag. There you go. Cindy says
Debbie,
apple pie as well. He says, blowing your nose on camera is so sexy.
I think everyone's going to stop following us.
Hey,
Look,
it was
we have
either
less
that or
viewers just because of that.
It was either that or continue to sniffle, okay?
Sniffle.
Debbie says, I need s'mores. I love it mixed with chocolate for my hot chocolate. Arana says, Glenda says my longest fast has been 48 hours. Any tips on doing a 72-hour? Work up to it.
Yep.
That's pretty much.
You've got it. 48, you're doing great. And
it's like a muscle that you exercise.
You just got to exercise. Well, also fit it into your schedule. I just can't say that enough. I listened to Jason Fung and he said, you don't schedule around fasting. You schedule your fasting around your schedule. So like you have a birthday party, you want to have a barbecue with your family, don't fast that day, right?
Yep.
So that's important.
Yep. Velvet says, what is the best way to make Keto Chow with butter? You melt it, use warm water?
Yep.
Both of those things.
That's exactly how you
water that's warmer than the melting temperature of butter.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be really hot. It just has to be
melted butter and a blender. That could be an immersion blender. That could be a Vitamix or a Ninja. Once it's mixed properly, it shouldn't separate.
Yeah.
And if it does, just heat it up again.
Separate, but they don't separate into like the thick butter on the top like a beef would in the fridge, like beef with dripping.
The fat on the top.
but usually it's the flavor and the like chocolate. The chocolate has like a little settles to the bottom, but you just shake it up and it works. And if it does ever get butter clumps, just heat it up in the microwave. Did you already say that?
I did. That's okay. It's good to reiterate. You were woman-splaining.
Yeah, I was. I'll tell you what he said, except better.
That's right.
No, that's not.
Ronnie says June was wholly my favorite chow box.
Oh,
Anthony says I'd like to do a long fast also. 41 was my longest. Oh, Kat said that.
Hey, that's
Debbie says I'm a size 5. I use 2 ounces. There you go. See. Ronnie says me too. Desserts 4 ounces. Let's split that into 2 desserts. Cheryl says I'm a size 11 and a half.
Yeah.
Galvano says Shelly Parker is 1 stick of butter for 1 scoop of keto chow. I rarely go more than a half a stick.
Unless you need really, really high fat.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you have epilepsy, you might need to do that.
Yep. Denise says she ordered 21 on the Go Packs. Haven't received in tracking, says still in Draper, but Jen's working on it. She loves Jen.
Oh, I love Jen too. Isn't she?
She ordered it June 1st. Yeah, that should have been delivered a long time ago.
Yeah, darn it.
Let's see. Rhonda says ice cream. I love heavy whipping cream. 4 ounces and nut milk. Let's split into 2 desserts.
Oh, that sounds good.
Serving. Debbie says jelly. Okay. Now.
Does she mean jealous?
I don't know. Probably. Andrea had a really good question about using gelatin in Keto Chow. Like what kind? How do you do it? So, remember I talked about this powdered fat video that we did? At the same time that we were doing that video,
Did we go? I already.
We went to Lake Powell.
That was so awesome. I want to go back again.
So we went through and we did several videos that people ask all the time, so that we could have something to point them to.
Yep. Which
So
is
here
why
it
we
is.
keep giving you a link instead of telling you the answer.
Yep.
I closed my eyes.
You did. So here we have using collagen and gelatin with Keto Chow, why to use them and how to use them. And it just goes into detail about how to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and post that into the chat. So if anybody wants to know how to do, or what kind we use, how to use it, how to mix it, we go into detail there. Now, for that matter, if you search for gelatin Keto Chow, you'll find a bunch of great videos from the Keto
Kristie.
Village and stuff like that. So, like, it's super. Yeah, if you have a question like that, try Googling it first.
Plus, it's really fun to just experiment sometimes. Just kind of play with things, see how they are. And
Debbie says, my Father's Day says, arrived at USPS Origin facility with today's date. Seriously?
lame.
Lame indeed. Now, Kristie had a question, Miriam,
Okay.
about using Keto Chow while doing a PSMF, or which is a protein-sparing modified fast. So does Keto Chow work?
Yeah, for sure.
What's the one caveat?
You just need to have a little bit of fat to absorb those vitamins.
How much?
10 grams.
10
per
grams per
shake.
meal. That's right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't really know much about protein-sparing modified fast,
Okay.
but I'm going to look into it more because I find it interesting. And the thing that Craig Emmerich was talking about at the Keto Salt Lake thing was that you don't have to do it for like a week or a month at a time.
Yeah,
like
you do
I
it like
heard
every other day.
protein-sparing modified fast, and I thought you have to have all protein and like no fat because it's lean proteins pretty much for a long period of time. But really, you could do 2 or 3 days and then bring back your fat up again. So it's almost like alternate day fasting.
But you're eating protein.
But you're eating. So I thought it's really interesting. So Lynette and I might gonna do it together. So.
Okay. But yeah, Keto Chow does work extremely well for it because you can change the amount of fat. And you're still getting protein, you're still getting the vitamins and minerals.
Yeah.
So
maybe we'll do that after the 90-day challenge, which is what,
Maybe.
25 days or something.
okay, now Bill has a question about the different versions of Keto Chow.
Oh, why those exist?
So, for
Yes, Chris.
example, and specifically how they are in Chronometer. Because if you get one of the sample packets of Keto Chow, pretty much guaranteed it's going to be version 2.5.1. In the upper left corner, there's a little version number. And the big bags are, a lot of them are 2.6, or, well, it depends on what you get. But, like, what's the deal with those? And if you scan them in Chronometer, You might get multiple versions. So what's the deal with that? So if you search for Keto Chow changelog,
Yes.
you get this page. People are like, changelog?
It's so boring.
What's a changelog? Okay, they're very common with software projects. It allows you to see what changes have taken place and why. And, bug fixes, features. Now, it's not the sort of thing that you would normally get with a food, but
yeah,
every time we learn something,
we want to tell you about it.
I make a change. And that means that the packaging changes. So, for instance, you go all the way back to, you can see the entire version. All the history.
It's too fast. I can't even focus.
Like with 2.1, we switched from whey protein to milk protein isolate. That was a huge change, by the way. We really should have made it 3.0, but whatever. 2.1.1, we got rid of the sunflower lecithin, and then we brought it back. We also took out nickel and boron. Those might be necessary for good health, but there are no clear results that can be looked on for absolute certainty. And there are people, however, that are allergic to nickel and boron.
Which our daughter is one of them.
So we took it out. Now, we left it on the nutrition page until all the product we have has been switched to point, because we feel it's better for people who are intellectually sensitive to the presence of nickel to avoid Keto Chow when it doesn't actually have it, rather than risking someone that is actually sensitive. For a while, we had there was this one lady who got really in a furor that, why do you have nickel? And we're like, we don't have nickel. We took it out. Well, why does it say it on your page?
Oh,
because depending on the version, you might have an older version that still has it. Well, you guys are terrible people. Yeah. So 2.5, hey, we switched our logo, so I decided to make it 2.5. 2.5.1, I fixed some stupid typos on the packaging.
That's it. Why'd you keep that one?
Because people want to know what the difference is between 2.0 and
2.5.1 packaging.
It's true. 2.5.2, Miriam forced me to switch to real salt.
That's right, I did.
Yep.
And I'm keeping my...
It does taste better, but it costs a little bit extra, and there's a little bit of grit that comes along.
It gets some dirt. It's good for you.
And now this is actually, we changed the form of vitamin B6 from peroxidine to peroxidol 5-phosphate, which that's the version that human beings actually use. Peroxidine is a precursor. Legally, we can use peroxidine. As soon as I found out that, you know what, that's not the optimal version, changed it immediately. So it takes a little while for it to
So why don't you just
through.
Learn about all the optimal versions at the first?
Because it's an iterative process, and I'm always learning.
I'm just kidding.
In 2.6, we reduced the amount of magnesium so that it'd be closer to 33%. That'll help people with some digestive problems. Mm-hmm. And also the color in raspberry cheesecake was switched to a new formulation that doesn't fade to grayish purple.
Yeah, it was pretty sad.
It would look really good at first, and then it would just...
Better.
So when you're getting the to-go packs, or the go packs rather, of raspberry cheesecake, it will be the 2.5.1.
Oh, yeah. So it's going to be that gray color.
So it doesn't have real salt, and it also has the not quite as good, it's still okay, version of vitamin B6.
It's still good. It's just not as good.
Yep, and it will be the one that kind of goes grayish purple after a couple days.
Got the new color.
Yep.
I think we actually only have it in the big bag, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Because the samples, the little ones,
single
meals, those take a long time. Well, the place who used to be doing our packaging took a long time to get it to us. Anyway, with 2.6.1, no changes to the formulation, just the packaging. Mm-hmm. There were, of course, a few typos. I think I'm really close to firing my graphic designer.
You should.
Yeah.
No, yourself. We got new graphic
I
designers.
know.
You just
Anyway,
have to move the torch over.
the FDA changed labeler requirements, and so acacia gum is not able to be declared as a dietary fiber. I completely disagree with that, but legally had to do it.
Yep.
So anyway, I also changed around the files that make up the artwork so that they're like pieced together and they do like
Also boring.
cascading updates, ostensibly so that another designer can take over and I can blame someone else for the dumb typos I keep putting on the packaging.
Gosh.
Now to keep things sane, I just changed it from 2.6.0 to 2.6.1. So there you go. That's, yeah. Did I don't think I put this into the chat. So,
in case you wanted something super geeky,
yep.
About Keto Chow, there you go.
Yeah, super geeky. Anyway, Debbie says I've been wanting to make their protein sparing modified bread. Clip it to your undershirt.
Oh. How about I just use a not ugly microphone?
Okay. Anyway, that's Craig and Maria's protein sparing modified bread.
Oh, yeah.
Brian says I've been using Keto Chow on my PSMF days and using either 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, 10 grams of fat, or 1 tablespoon of avocado oil, 14 grams of fat. Works great. Bulldo says, yeah, I noticed I had a different mocha in the starter bundle than when I ordered it as the flavor of the week. Yeah, so the starter bundle, actually the color on the mocha, the splash is a different color.
Yeah. There's something else that's a different color too. Is it orange?
No, it's root beer.
It's the type. The type.
Yeah, I changed the type.
Orange cream is the wrong color.
Yep. The stuff inside is essentially the same thing, but
it's just because I noticed it. I'm like, hey, that's the wrong color.
Rhonda says, that's correct, Miriam. I've been looking at the PSMF too.
Do it with us, Rhonda.
Mimi says, yeah, I'm just starting PSMF this week. Made the pudding. It's pretty good.
Yes.
I finished off the pudding, by the way.
I know.
We had that for Memorial Day.
Haley had some too.
Nobody was eating it. I was the only one eating it.
I went into the fridge to grab one, and there were none.
So what we're talking about is
Maria Emmerich's pudding, which we can. It's just.
There it is, Maria Emmerich egg pudding.
Excuse
it's
me.
Really quite simple.
It's yummy.
So,
I love it when you make it because then I don't have to make it.
Here we go. There's the. So, it calls for 10 hard-boiled eggs. Guess what? You can actually just toss a bunch of eggs into a pan and scramble them. Yep. But just kind of soft scramble them. 1 14-ounce can of coconut milk if you want to make it dairy-free. Otherwise, you can use water and like 10 ounces of heavy cream, which is what I did for the ones
is that what you did? It tastes
I didn't
exactly
have stinking coconut milk.
You know we have coconut milk.
Sure we do.
It's in the coconut milk section in the pantry.
Half cup of Swerve.
Labeled.
1/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. The brown cinnamon.
It makes it not taste eggy.
I don't know. Well, if you use boiled eggs, I think the cinnamon is necessary. Otherwise, I don't like the ground cinnamon.
I like it.
Well, from now on, when I make it, it's not going to have the cinnamon.
I'm going to put it in there.
Anyway, you stick it all into a Vitamix, turn it on. That's it. It's super easy.
It's better the second day.
Yeah, it is. Well, and if you use the boiled eggs, it will smell sulfurous for like 10 hours. And then that kind of goes away. But if you use scrambled eggs, nope. It's just great. Let's see. Soul Trip says, will you ever have big bags of s'mores? Key lime too. I just made my snickerdoodle lemon and pistachio. So the key lime is still quite new as a limited edition flavor. So that one still has quite a bit of time before.
Some in stock.
Oh yeah, we've got lots of key lime.
What limited edition flavors do we even have?
So right now we have peaches and cream and key lime are available.
Is peaches and cream getting low?
No.
Oh, well that's good because I really like that flavor. I just drank that flavor.
If we go to...
I know some people don't like it because they say it smells perfumey, but I think I like it because it's different. Okay, there's key lime. Oh,
so key lime.
There's more peaches and cream than key lime even. That's interesting.
Go away. Yep.
I'll just keep the peaches for myself. No one else has to like it.
Yeah, so the s'mores is currently sold out, and the apple pie is currently sold out.
That looks kind of sad. Maybe we should just delete those off the site so nobody gets that.
Okay. Yeah, so we haven't made an announcement about any of the limited editions coming back. So when we do, we'll announce it on one of these live streams. So stay tuned.
Yes, and there will be exclusive offers to people who are members of the Chow Club. So if you're members of the Chow Club, you'll be able to see. Oh, we put it on here. So
yeah, so it's in the limited edition Chow Club exclusives. So if you aren't logged into a Chow Club membership account, I guess you could say
this is the page.
This is the page that you get. If you are logged into an account, how cute
that picture
is. Well, there aren't any exclusives right now. Today there aren't. Today there are not any. Well, the Father's Day was the last thing that we had on there.
Yeah. Well, is it still there?
It might be. I don't easily have an account I can test it with. Not while we're doing the live.
Yeah, we don't want to show everybody the exclusive.
Anyway,
here today.
But if you are subscribed as a Chow Club subscriber, then you get access to some stuff early. Blaine says, I'll pay a tiny bit more for real salt. Well, we just didn't add anything to the price.
Yeah.
Andrew says, I'm good with the real salt.
Me too. I love it.
Nina says, you're not terrible people. I can't think of any company who comes on daily to talk with their customers and answer questions. Transparency.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Jasuma says, word for the iterative. Yes. For the day. Yes. Iterative word for the day. There you go. Let's see. Andrew says, they used to, huh? I guess they would kick themselves for losing the contract for packaging. Well, the issue was that our main co-packers, so the company that we hire to mix all the stuff for us, they have like the big machines, they have the warehouse, they have the FDA
approval
and NSF certifications. They keep track of every batch that's made and what the ingredients were and blah blah blah. They do all of that. They could not make the packets. They didn't have the machine to do that, and so we had to have a different company,
a different manufacturer.
Yeah, that could do that. The problem was we weren't having them do our main mixing, and so we were kind of second-class citizens to them.
Yeah, so the one manufacturer would mix it and give it to this other manufacturer that would package it.
Yep.
And it just took a lot longer there. Plus, they kept asking us, well, can you wait? Can you wait? And of course, we're like, sure, yeah, we can wait. Sure, we can wait.
Like, well, our inventory levels are okay on that flavor, so yeah, we can wait.
But we should have said, no, we can't wait. We want our stuff.
So our main manufacturer just got a machine from Germany.
Yeah.
That can package the sachets, as they're called. And so it's going to be a lot easier to get the smaller packets.
Yep.
It's not any cheaper, but it'll be easier.
Yeah.
Blaine says, nerd. Yeah. Nancy says, I love the June recipe box. It was my mother's gift, which was perfect. Mother's Day gift. Thank you.
We should really
Bluto says, version 2.5.2 increased font size by 0.5. No, it didn't. I actually didn't change the font size.
Lame. Font size change.
Yumi says, I purchased both PSMF cookbooks by Miriam Leaves, trying to cut back on the fat.
Yes.
Shelly said, did you play the nerd song? No, I did not.
Did you say the nerd song? What goes in front of my face?
I know.
Okay, so
it's you
the
saying nerd,
PSMF.
PSMF.
That's what I meant.
PCOS.
No, protein sparing modified fast. I have one of their books, the protein sparing modified fast book, the original one that they wrote, but they do have another one that's an ebook. They have multiple. But Craig Emmerich talks about it at the Keto Salt Lake YouTube one that we did, and then one thing that made me think of it was Dr. Westman. He talked about lowering your fat, because if you have a lot of fat already, you don't need to add as much fat as you think. And so I'm going to focus on that too.
So Rhonda says, do you have to have a Vitamix?
No.
So here's the thing. On Maria's page. Here you go. I use my Vitamix daily. Yeah. I think that other blenders might work. I've never tried it. Now, when we were in Costa Rica,
she made it herself in a blender there,
in
and
a
it worked
crappy
great.
Costa Rica blender.
Yeah,
it did work.
It was perfect and fine. In fact,
So-
we even stored it in there with a little saran wrap on the top because there were no storing bowls.
Yep.
Anything.
But somebody pointed out that a Vitamix, a bidet, what's the other thing that you'll never hear people say they regret purchasing it? There was a third thing that's like, nobody ever says that they're sorry for having gotten that. And Vitamix is one of those.
I
Anyway.
haven't heard it about the Vitamix. I've just only heard it about the bidet. But honestly, I just don't think we should group those two together. I think that's what I'm getting stuck on. I really, really like our Vitamix.
Yep. Carol says, I'm so late. This heat is making me feel tired. I'll be off to bed soon.
Oh, man.
Incidentally, on our YouTube channel, there is a video showing how Miriam and how I mix up Keto Chow using the Vitamix with melted butter.
Yes, and we do it different, and that's okay.
We do. Leanne says, just casting the last of your conversation in the driveway returning from the store. First time in 3+ weeks. No craving walking by sweets and cereal. Thank you, Chris and Miriam.
Leanne.
Meg says, peaches and cream is one of my favorites.
Thank you.
Atreya says, I definitely prefer the scrambled eggs.
Yeah, I just don't want to clean the pan. It's either clean the pan or peel the eggs. Like, both are
I would rather clean the pan.
I would rather have you make the whole thing and then add cinnamon.
Michelle says, when are you getting apple pie back?
Well, that's
we
a good
do
idea.
not. Yeah, we answered that question just a bit again.
Oh, no, we haven't
but
decided.
we haven't made any announcements about any of the limited editions coming back.
Sorry.
So, Yarn About Sandy says, got to try with the scrambled eggs. Made it twice with hard-boiled eggs. Yum.
Yeah.
It really works, too. Andrew says, I like peaches and cream. I will make a creamy sherbet.
Ooh, that sounds good, doesn't it?
Too Crazy Keto says, what's up, family? Just got back from a church meeting. Did they kick you out? Or did they decide to make you children?
Made you in charge.
By the way, Joe, you never responded to the thing I sent you about John B. Christ, the comedian, and his undercover pastor video, which means that you haven't watched it yet. Because if you had watched it, you wouldn't be able to shut up.
It's ridiculous.
Anyway, Blaine says peaches and cream is a permanent flavor, even if it's seasonal, please. Leanne says raspberry was my first shake and not my favorite. I had the to-go bag, and maybe that's why I'm not enjoying it as much as the rest.
Oh,
I usually love everything raspberry.
Throw a raspberry in there, like an actual raspberry.
There you go.
Or some cream cheese, or both, or make it into a cheesecake. Heck yeah, cheesecake is yummy.
Yep. Blue says, moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Man, those ninjas in the music video, crazy. Let's see. Stace says, what if you put your Keto Chow Club on hold for a month? Can you still get the exclusive access?
Yes.
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
Yeah, you should be able to. It's if you cancel it, you can't see it.
That's correct.
But if you want to test it, call us tomorrow, put it on hold, and then check it and let us know, and then we'll know for sure.
Hey, there you go. Calvin says, I hope apple pie comes back. Chris Jones says, hi there, 2KK.
Hi, Chris.
Michelle says, does the picture of the wrench mean you work at Keto Chow? No, actually that means that I've made that person a moderator. And a lot of that, so when we were doing the Keto Salt Lake conference, it was a free conference that we put together just for fun. It was straight to YouTube. You can actually still watch it. If you go to ketosaltlake.com, you can watch all the recordings because it just went up in real time. It was great. And I made a bunch of people moderators on the channel while that was going on, just in case there were people saying stupid stuff. So, yeah, it just means that you're a moderator on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, because then you can delete people if they're like super rude or something.
Yep.
Or trolls.
See, Debbie says Father's Day is still on the exclusive page. Yes. And Gail says, yeah, Father's Day swag bags are still being offered. That's correct.
Yep. They
are still just a little bit of them left. Nancy says, my vote is for apple pie to come back. Wash hands. Katrina says, you're not alone, Miriam. I love the peaches and cream flavor.
Oh, thank you.
Debbie says, I need that book. Diane says, darn, just saw that you're live. Gonna watch the replay. Okay. Mimi says, also Ted Naiman on the PE diet. Maitreya says, a KitchenAid mixer?
You looked up Ted Naiman.
I don't know if a KitchenAid would work or not. I don't think it would.
For
I
what?
think you need a blender. If we're talking about making the...
well, the KitchenAid has a blender top attachment. Did you know that?
Nah.
Yeah, it goes on top. Doesn't it? I
No.
swear, there's like something that goes on top.
I know that there's like a pasta making thing. Anyway, well, this says I've never regretted buying an Instant Pot. That's not it. Oh, but a KitchenAid, you probably wouldn't ever regret doing that either. But it was something else. Nah. Ron says I have a Ninja. It cooks soup. Hope I can make pudding too.
I do really like the Instant Pot. We don't use it as often as maybe we thought we would when we first bought it, but we use it a lot for eggs.
Blackstone. Maybe it was a Blackstone. Nah, it wasn't a Blackstone.
I love the Blackstone.
Debbie says, love my Vitamix. Maybe it was the Blackstone. Anyway, Trey says, scrambled eggs, so easy on the Blackstone. Yeah. Blaine says, wow, no one has asked about the fat amount tonight. No, because we already covered that at length before people asked about it. Calabama says, I had my Vitamix for 10 years, never had a problem with it, and I use it daily.
Isn't that great? Like,
let's see. Oh, and Blaine says, since Joe's here, hashtag licorice camping fear factor for Joe.
Does somebody want to buy the same Vitamix as us in black and trade me for the red one? Because I still just want to get the other color.
Okay. Suzanne says, I've been working on lowering my fat intake to break my stall over a year. Okay. Debbie says, I love the Keto Chow conference. Thank you. Mariana says, raspberry is delicious. I had a packet of strawberry True Lemon. It brings out the raspberry.
Oh, yes. That sounds like a great idea.
Blue says, I had to buy the swag bag just now. I want my autographed picky. The crazy thing about that is they might have gotten delivered today. We had 200 more of those pictures coming because we kept running out. Well, and then we kept running out of the pictures, and so I had ordered a bunch from Sam's Club, but they were taking forever to deliver them by FedEx stupid ground. So they're going to show up, and I'm going to be like, great. So maybe if you come into the Keto Chow store,
come in and Chris will give you one in person.
Maybe I'll just have it there with this thing, and I'll
sign it for you, and then take a picture with you.
Let's see. Sonia says, Miriam, maybe you remember the Oster Kitchen Center at a mixer, blender, sausage maker, ice cream maker, etc. Well, the stand mixer.
Bosch.
Oh yeah, we had the bread
things.
Mixer.
I love that Bosch. It was my parents'.
Yep.
It lived forever.
Yeah, when we were first married and we couldn't afford any food, we would make bread with using that.
Yeah.
She says, I came back to keto after a year off. Today is day one. Day one, indeed.
And day one's in the books.
Blaine says, Miriam, I won't buy a black Vitamix, but I'll buy yours at the price of used.
No, I want the black.
Debbie says, I'm in love Peaches and Cream Camp too. All right, well, we're going to go. I need to blow my nose again, and I don't think anybody wants to see that. So
apparently, yeah.
All right, but we'll be on tomorrow morning.
Yep, and Chris is going to get well overnight.
And she says, Chris, my husband asked me, who the heck is this guy with the bacon? I couldn't answer it. I have him in the fridge.
I really in like a
smoking jacket with a cravat and.
But we didn't put that together.
Stay keto, my friends. All right. Well, now we're gonna go for reals. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night.